G'day and welcome back. Today what I want to do is just briefly show you how you can store a hide. Okay, there's been a few comments I've seen that people aren't sure about storing hides and why you put salt on, etc. So what I've got here is I've just got a medium goat. Okay, now if you look at the skin you'll see it's still blue. Okay, when you have that, when it's blue like that, it's full of water. Okay, which I haven't, I just was hand wrung it out. I haven't put it, and wring it out properly. But what you do, if you find that you've got to this stage, it's all being fleshed, and you don't want to work it, you don't want to continue working, there's several things you can do. Okay, what you can do is you can hang it up onto your frame, just hang it up like that, and stretch it out, and just leave it, let it dry, but just stretch it out. Don't put it in direct sunlight, especially in summer, because you may damage the skin. Okay, now the other thing you can do once you get to this stage and you want to store it, you might find you can't do anything for a week or two. The other thing you can do is when it's at this condition, see it's still got water in it, just get salt, put salt all over it. I don't have any salt at the moment, unfortunately, but make sure you smear the salt all over it. Remember to get right to the ends. Okay, get right to the ends. Put a nice film of salt over it, or say 2 or 3 mil. Then what you do is you bring it over. Always have your hair on the outside to the edges, and you roll him up. Okay, now if he's wet like this or damp like this, what I would recommend is when you stack him that way. Okay, don't stack him flat because he's still got water in him and you still want the water to come out. So stack him in a slight angle so any water will dribble out. Okay, what I'd actually recommend, don't have them as wet as this. Wring them out as best possible. Okay, get as much water as you possibly can out, and then same thing, put the salt over it, put it up, roll it up and stack it away. What I like to do is, say if I put it on the board, just put a little bit of salt on the board there, a little bit of salt on the on here, okay, and put him down that way. Just a little slight angle, it doesn't hurt. That will keep what you've done there, even though there's no flesh, so you're not actually wanting to draw all the moisture out of the flesh or the fat, and it's ready to be tanned. When you put the salt on, it stops the bugs and the insects coming in and eating it, because they will, trust me, they will. That was one of the first major things that I bought 70 skins many years ago when I first started, and I fleshed them all. I was so excited, I fleshed them all and I put them away, and I put them into crates, but they weren't airtight. I came back periodically to take a skin, and I was finding little bugs, and some of the skins I'd pull out and the hair would just fall out. The skins are alright, but if I want to keep the hair on, not a chance. So just be aware, many things like chewing on your hides, okay? And the only time you get to stop them from doing that is when you smoke it. And even then, sometimes, I've had hides in there I've smoked and had a bug still come in and have a go at it. Or the other thing you can do is, if you don't have salt, that's fine. A lot of places, I don't use salt very much here because, as you see, I've got all lawns, so I don't want to kill my lawn, because salt will kill anything. If you're using salt, make sure you're using an area that if the tree or your grass dies, it doesn't matter. Okay. The other thing, which is what I do, okay, is I just put it belly to belly, just roll it up. Get myself a bag. Chuck it in the bag. Right on it. Goat hide, hair on. And that way I know it's got the hair. You can do it if you've gone right through the stage and you've taken all the hair off, taken everything off. You can still do this to protect it from the bugs. Okay? Now, the other thing you can do is you can dry it out completely. Okay? Hang it up or put it somewhere. Dry it out completely. Roll it up. And then just put it into a cylinder or put it into a bag, but make sure it is well sealed. Okay, so if it's a little bit wet like this one is, I'll just chuck this into the freezer. That's all I'll do. Yeah, and when I'm ready, I'll just take it out. If you're going to keep your fur on and you take it out, just remember it's wet, so all the fur will stick together. Let it thaw out. As it thaws out, you can start to open it. Okay, this one, as I say, I don't have time today, so what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to actually stretch it back out and then let it dry. See how it's white here? Well, that means the fibres are being broken in there. See how it goes white? You're breaking the fibres. Okay, which in my video I'm sure I recommend. Well, this is what I do. Yeah, that's why when I take the flesh off, I put them up, okay, and I stretch them out so as I break the fibres. Now what that does is when you go to tan it, the fibres are already open. When it dries, it'll still dry hard because you've still got all the glue in there, okay. So, but what you've done is you've stretched the fibres open, which allows your formula to get in a lot further, a lot quicker. So as you can see, and that also tells you how far in the process of dryness this is. If it all pulled out, oh here I'll show you. Can you see how that's all whitish? It's still got a grey colour to it, but this isn't. That's still very much grey. That's full of water. This isn't. That's moist, but that's got water in it. Okay? Alright, well I hope that helps. Just remember, just fold it up, stick it in the freezer or salt it. But when you put in the freezer, okay, always remember, put in a bag. If you don't, you're going to get freezer burn. And you don't really want, you don't really want your partner to come along and finding this sitting in your freezer. So, alright, well I hope this has helped. Don't forget, subscribe, share, like us on Facebook, join us on Facebook. Don't forget to check out the webpage. Leave a comment, let us know. If there's anything you want to know, or you want me to do a video on, let me know. And yeah, we'll certainly do that for you. Alright, until then, take care, stay safe, stay proud.